Hey guys, what's up? Hey, just wanted to give a quick update on the tragic fatal boat wreck that happened yesterday at Smith Lake during the Tackle Warehouse Invitational Tournament, the MLF event there on Smith Lake. If you haven't heard about this, you will, because it's been all over the country. It's been in the New York Times. Every major news outlet's picked this thing up. It's become a major story. But yesterday there was a fatal boat wreck involving an MLF tournament angler on Smith Lake that killed 3 anglers. And I sort of wanted to talk a little bit about the updates that I've gotten from some of the anglers that were actually in the tournament there, and sort of give you guys some of the some details that were not available yesterday. First of all, before we get into this, you got to realize that the investigation is still pending. So at this point, everything is either word of mouth or eyewitness accounts or speculation. But there has been no official police report issued on the accident yet. So I think everybody should, really, not pass judgment on anything about this until we get the police report back on it, or the Water Patrol report. But anyway, there was a lot of conflicting stories yesterday when this broke. When I first posted the story and everybody else done, it was thought that there was one angler that had been killed in the accident, and then we found out later it was 3. Apparently, upon impact, one angler was killed instantly, and the other 2 anglers were thrown out of the boat and had drowned with that. And I sort of want to talk a little bit about what I've heard from some of the anglers there that were, within sight of this accident. I don't think any of them that I talked to personally witnessed it, but they heard it when it happened, saw the helicopters flying over, so they were in the area there. So one of the big things yesterday that people immediately thought that this was a fog-related deal. Everybody said, "Oh, this was thick fog and boats collided." Nobody, it was still gray at the time. But from all accounts so far, fog did not seem to be an issue in this. It's like there was maybe some of that low-hanging fog, but it wasn't anything to really impede the visibility. And so that right off the bat sort of sets the stage for a different set of situation here. But this angler, the striper guide, the 3 anglers that were killed in the striper guide boat, apparently they were sitting out fishing on a long point. And there were several anglers in the tournament that had passed this boat on the way up the river or the way down the lake or wherever it was positioned. They saw the boat sitting out there, as a lot of striper anglers do. I guess it was in a pretty high traffic area as far as people coming past this point to run up the lake. And that's what happened. That's one of the things that occurred. And I even heard the tournament, David Kilgore, who won the tournament, he was talking about that he passed that boat on the way up the river. And when he heard about the accident, he goes, I know exactly where it happened, because he even made a point that boat was in a potentially dangerous position. Not that you're blaming victims. That's not what this is about. But that's the first thing that came to his mind a little bit. But anyway, according again to the witnesses there, the driver of the boat, Flint Davis, was going at a fairly high rate of speed when he impacted this boat broadside. And if you saw the boat there, the motor had completely was torn off the transom of the boat, which to me as an angler, that indicates that getting hit at a pretty high rate of speed. Again, the details of the actual collision are unknown as far as what caused it, what happened, why it wasn't avoidable. Nobody really knows at this point. But it's just freaking tragedy, man. It's like there's nothing good that you can say about this. It's like, if anything, everybody needs to learn a lesson as far as just be aware, slow down. I did a video this morning on those 2 issues there, because it is dangerous. Guys, when you get on a lake when there is just, hundreds and sometimes even thousands of boats on the water, there's a lot of anglers out there, or not just anglers, but there's a lot of boaters that are completely unskilled at boat driving. They don't know that you should veer right on an oncoming, vessel. They don't pay attention. They're pulling a tube behind them. They've got the radio cranked up loud. They may have a 6-pack of beer in the boat. You can't ever, you can't ever expect somebody to see you or to, do the right thing. So it's dangerous. You got to keep your eyes open and be aware and alert at all times on the water. And the main thing, guys, is just back it off. And it's like, if you're going slow in a boat, you're not going to have any boat wrecks. Most every boat wreck that I have witnessed or been around has come at a fairly high rate of speed. Not all of them. I mean, some of them at a medium rate of speed, but speed, your reaction time on speed is what gets people in trouble with that. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to pass that along. So I just wanted to really clarify that issue about the fog issue, and all the stuff about how the boat was positioned and everything that went along with it. And I'm sure that we're going to hear more in the coming days about the details on it. So like I said, just everybody needs to send positive thoughts to everybody involved in this whole situation. It's just freaking tragic for everybody involved. The whole industry sad about it. It's just it's one of those things that happens in the sport that it's like that nobody ever wants to hear about. So anyway, guys, hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk later.